All right. If we were a little higher budget, we'd have a drum roll. I have the smartest person in the world here, Andy Pickup.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming in, Andy.
You're very welcome. Good to be here.
And you're going to talk to us about the Wall Street Transcript. You're the publisher.
And the publisher.
And this week we have a Chinese auto parts interview, and China's booming. Everybody wants to know what's happening over there.
That's right. As you know, Doug, we interview a lot of analysts and money managers and CEOs of companies.
For quite a long time.
Yeah, for 40 years, actually. Yeah. Because investors are interested in this. They're interested to hear directly what people have to say, analysts, money managers, and other people in for business research. They find it very helpful, actually.
Now, you can see Andy's magazine online at twst.com.
That's right.
We call it Twist here because we're cool insiders, but
it's like this.
No I. Yeah. There we are. The front's more interesting.
Much more interesting.
And you stole my copy.
Yes, I did.
The British are coming. The British are coming.
That's right. I figured if I steal it, you have to buy another.
Little do you know, we send Tyler over when you're out at lunch. We keep Cynthia and M&M's.
Little do you know we have
transcripts.
We have Tyler's credit card on file.
That little bugger.
There's an RFID chip in every single one of these.
We need an RFID chip in Tyler. Just trying to track him and see what the heck he's up to. I liked her interview. She said some interesting things in there.
Yeah, well, you know, what's not to like about the Chinese industrial market? For years, China's been export-driven, right? It's not really been a domestic economy.
Right, amazing.
But that cannot last. Obviously cannot last.
And it seems like now it's starting to become a big domestic market. It's
Absolutely.
Really amazing, right?
Yeah, you're getting a Chinese middle class that's growing up, and as per this article, they want to buy cars.
Now, do you know what I was wondering, though? I was wondering if her definition of a Chinese middle class is not so dissimilar to ours, where I think for them it's kind of like, my impression has always been that there's just this huge gap, right?
Absolutely.
You know?
And I don't exactly know where she defines the middle class, whether it starts at $10,000 a year equivalent income, 15, 20, I'm really not sure. But obviously at a level where
they can start thinking about a car.
A small car, in the same way that many of the Asian economies like Indonesia or India grew up. They buy small cars.
Mm-hmm.
And the market is booming in China for cars. I think it grew 25%, 2007 over 2006.
Yeah, just fantastic, right? We should have that problem here. Right?
Absolutely.
I saw today the Ford drivers just went on strike in 14 states, the ones who drive the trucks to deliver them, because of the recently announced job cuts. You know, so
well,
a different world for them, right?
Very different world. I'm sure these are, to a very large extent, smaller, less expensive cars, probably less sophisticated cars than we're used to in America. Many of these car companies are joint ventures with Western concerns.
Yeah, I saw that. I read that in there. I really liked the interview.
Yeah.
You know, I thought it was very informative for me coming in, and I just have my little preconceptions over here, right?
Yeah. And she also highlights, a number of companies I'm not terribly familiar with in the auto parts sector, not even the auto sector, the auto parts sector as well.
Well, because she said, and that would make sense now after reading it, because she said, I think that it was 40% Chinese parts a car had to have, and now it's 60%.
Is that right?
Yeah,
actually,
so even like the biggest ventures, I read it religiously. The biggest ventures over there are like joint ventures. I think one is with General Motors and the second biggest is with Audi, she says.
That's right.
But they can't open up and make, just ship Audis over. They have to have like 40% and now it's 60% parts.
Yeah.
So parts would be a good one.
And also parts are often sourced locally in any case. Well, one of that she particularly liked is Wonder Auto.
What's their ticker?
Their ticker is, sure. Yes, here it is. It's
I'll look it up.
WRWATG. No, WATG. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's a British accent. Hard to follow.
She likes their management. She likes the fact that a number of them come from state-owned enterprise, which I guess is more important in China than it is in the US. not always a...
You know who to pick up the phone and call.
Unless you're running Halliburton, it's not always a positive thing over here. And their CEO has great relationships with the China automobile industry. So she particularly likes them and it's a buy rating on them instead of $12.
Oh, $12. $8.48 was their last trade.
That's right.
Yeah, so that's pretty good, right?
That's right. They make starters and alternators.
Which is fairly
electrical
important.
components, absolutely.
Who else does she like?
Well, she likes China Automotive Systems. That's CAAS.
Okay.
They do power steering.
$6 a share, 52-week range of 440 to 1040.
Yep.
Does she have a price target for that one in there?
No, I'm not
she
seeing.
likes it?
Yeah, she just likes it. Another one she's talking about is Asia Automotive Acquisition Corp. I don't know if they're a SPAC. Actually, I don't know much about those. They sound like a SPAC
conference.
Is that right?
Yeah, but they didn't show up. They canceled us. They canceled the day before, but we were all set to.
So they've just acquired a company called Tongjin, which is a light truck body manufacturer. So I guess they're the metal bashers.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And she likes those?
Yeah, she likes them. They're listed here on the OTCBB. So I guess they are a SPAC, probably listed over here.
Right.
Many SPACs are Chinese, as I'm sure you know.
Yeah. Now, I use E-Trade, and you can trade in a lot of the foreign markets.
Yeah.
Right, with that, which I think is kind of neat for an individual investor.
Yep.
But the problem that I had with trying to get a lot of these stocks over there, right, on the Hong Kong or Shanghai exchanges, was their minimum blocks were like, you had to make a $50,000 purchase, right? Through
Which
E-Trade.
basically means that they want you to be a broker, probably.
Yeah, and I thought, oh boy, isn't that great?
Yeah.
We webcast the guys from Interactive Brokers at a conference a couple of weeks ago, and I really liked him, And I'm thinking about using the account there. It's currently tied up with my buddies at Covester.
Yes.
You're British pals, But I'm waiting for them to finish up with it, and then maybe I could trade some of these stocks through Interactive Brokers. They're actually on 70 exchanges. You can trade through them.
Yeah, but all the ones that she's talking about are listed over here, right?
Right, except for that one. Yeah, all the others were.
But is this one not listed over here? AAAC?
It's over the counter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you're getting, a little side thing.
Okay.
But what do we care, right? These guys, China Automotive, they were down 5% today, 32 cents, but who knows why, right? The market was kind of all over the place today.
India was down a lot, right? So I think a lot of the markets are down today.
Yeah, India, I saw they had big protests because they raised the price of gas 11%. I mean, super subsidized there.
Yeah.
Right, and so they had big protests and everything. I think it was up to $1 a gallon or something. Right?
And of course, one of the benefits that you state at the Chinese market is that the government subsidizes gasoline, which is obviously great for growth.
Right.
It ain't necessarily great for the long-term economic health of the government. I mean, it's very expensive subsidizing gasoline. Brazil found this out in the 1970s and had a currency crisis because of it. You can't do this long-term, so I can't imagine that the future long-term growth of the Chinese auto industry is going to rely on government subsidizing of gasoline. Can't do. But that's what they have for now.
And these are all auto parts companies that she likes?
Yeah.
Which is
a good way to play it, because a lot of these things are multi-brand, so you're not playing on taste or
right, like
or
this
fads.
one design that comes out.
Yeah.
Now, you know what I was wondering? I didn't see her listed, though. But they're on the bottom of the globe, right? So I wonder who has the sticky tire franchise for them, right? So that they don't fall off. I didn't see that listed. Wouldn't that be a good one? I'm an idiot. You're the smartest person, perhaps, in America. Yes. I'm very sorry. I apologize to you.
It is late.
I have the ball.
Where's the buzzer?
I'm sorry. Thank you for coming in after a long Monday. Appreciate you coming here. You guys, you can always see Twist. We talk about Twist all the time. And we actually give the Librum management report most Monday mornings.
Librum's also a product of Twist, I'm sure.
We mentioned
all of your viewers know.
Yes, they do. Thanks very much.
Nice to be here.
Good interview. I really like this one. I thought she gives good cases and really good overview and introduced me to it so that I didn't feel like I was just getting the complete, 10,000-mile view.
I agree. She talks about stocks I'd never heard of, and certainly weren't on my radar screen. I think you have to invest in China probably with a basket and probably with a small leap of faith that you are investing in the overall economy, because you and I don't know that much about, say, the competitive environment over there.
No,
how many
nothing.
people compete with these guys for braking systems, I don't know.
And you know what scares me? Is, when it's so totalitarian, right? I remember one day, a year or a year and a half ago, where they just came out and said, there's not going to be any more diesel gas. Was it German? Mm-hmm. They just decided diesel gas polluted or caused some kind of problem. The government said, okay, starting tomorrow, there's no more diesel gas.
Yeah, and knowing that,
and if you're the guy supplying the diesel parts or whatever,
that's right.
And before that, they had the logistics, where they shut those all down for a while.
Yeah.
And all the logistics companies that had just built these billion-dollar ports and shipping infrastructure over there, it was heating up too much. They said their economy was heating up too much, so they decided they're going to shut down all the logistics companies for a little while.
Well, you need to know this stuff when you're thinking about investing there. I mean, that they have these issues. They know they have logistical bottlenecks.
Yeah.
That they don't dig up a lot of oil over there. They import it all. That they're trying to do deals with everybody from the Sudan to Iran. Iran's not going to be exporting oil that much longer. It's going to be using it all itself pretty soon. So
luckily they'll have that nuclear power to help them out.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll talk about that on a show when Andy's not here. Anyhow,
China's big in alternative energy. You see a lot of alternative energy companies come out of China.
All the solar power that we did, all the recent clean tech conferences, right? Jeffrey's Clean Tech, and we did another alternative energy track, and tons of solar power.
That's right. I don't think you're going to get 1.2 or however many the number are billion people driving around in gasoline-powered cars. I just cannot see it happening.
No, I'm waiting. Hopefully, ethanol. Or GM was talking about they had the electric car, the Volt, coming out. That it was supposed to be out this spring, and then I just saw their CEO on CNBC one day last week, and he said, "Oh yeah, he hopes to have it out by when was it, German?" 2010. Yeah, 2010.
He's been saying 2010 as long as I can remember. That I've been paying attention.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he's downgraded it to hope to get it out.
Yeah,
it didn't say. Yeah. The problem is these batteries.
Yeah.
It's all about the battery. It's all about all the rest is fixed. It's just about the battery. What life does it have? How many miles can it drive on? And will it explode?
Yeah, which is problematic.
Yeah.
Which I always think when I see the hydrogen fuel cells, and I think, great, we're going to have hydrogen.
They poll tested it, and 9 out of 10 drivers just don't want their car to explode.
Eddie, thanks so much. And I'll tell you, honestly, that interview is the reason that I love Twist. Because I get different ideas about companies that I haven't heard of before from someone who's thinking about it, not just to throw in.
I agree. And you got the buy side to give their perspective, and then you got the sell side to give its perspective, so you get a nice mixture of views.
Super fantastic.
Yeah,
thanks, Andy.
Appreciate it.
Hey, guys, we're here every day at WSMCO.com. Click the feedback button if you happen to know anything about this sector or own any of the stocks in it. Thanks very much.